Have you ever wondered why some people keep rising no matter how many times they fall, while others quit after one setback? Have you ever looked at someone winning in life and thought, they must have something I don't? Maybe you've told yourself, I'm just not good at that, or that's just not who I am. It feels final, doesn't it? Like a door closing before you even reach for the handle. But what if it wasn't final? What if it was just a choice? Here's a hard truth. Most of us aren't held back by our potential. We're held back by the story we've accepted about what we're capable of. Think about it. Have you ever avoided a challenge not because it was impossible, but because you feared looking like a beginner? Have you ever stopped chasing something meaningful, not because it was too far, but because you were afraid of failing on the way there? It's easy to think others are born for it, or that they have some gift you lack. But the truth is, most people who grow beyond average didn't start with confidence. They started with curiosity, with commitment, with a small whisper inside that said, maybe I can. You see, your success isn't just about skill or talent. It's about how you respond to struggle, to failure, to discomfort. It's about whether you view obstacles as dead ends or detours to something greater. The real game changer is mindset. Let that sink in. Not motivation, not background, not natural ability. Mindset. One person faces a challenge and thinks, I'm not cut out for this. Another faces that same challenge and says, this is how I grow. Same situation, same difficulty, but completely different outcome. Why? Because your beliefs act like a lens. If you believe you can improve, your actions follow. If you don't, you'll quit before the real transformation begins. Here's what they don't tell you. You weren't born limited. You were taught to limit yourself. So ask yourself, when was the last time you chose growth over comfort, even when it scared you? Are you holding yourself hostage to your past, or allowing space for your future to evolve? Have you been shrinking to fit the old version of yourself, or are you ready to outgrow it? It's not about being fearless. It's about being willing. Willing to fall. Willing to learn. Willing to rise again with more wisdom than before. This is about thinking differently. About living with the belief that every setback holds a lesson. That every mistake is a stepping stone. That every stretch, every stumble, every uncomfortable step forward is building something unstoppable inside you. Because growth isn't a destination. It's not a trophy or a title. It's a decision. A decision to keep going. A decision to believe in the power of yet. A decision to rise, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And once you flip that switch, once you stop asking, am I good enough? And start asking, how can I get better? There's no telling how far you can go. So, what is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are not fixed. They can be developed through effort, learning, practice, and persistence. It's a way of thinking that says, I may not know how to do this yet, but I can learn. It's the opposite of a fixed mindset, which whispers, you either have it or you don't. And that single shift in perspective, it changes everything. Think about it. When you face a challenge, do you lean in with curiosity and say, I can figure this out? Or do you pull back and tell yourself, this just isn't for me? That quiet response, often automatic, reveals the mindset you've been operating from. A growth mindset transforms how you view struggle. It rewires your relationship with failure. Instead of fearing mistakes, you start to welcome them, because each misstep becomes a stepping stone. Each roadblock becomes a lesson. And success, it's no longer a finish line. It's a continuous journey of becoming. With a fixed mindset, failure is personal. It feels like proof that you're not enough. But with a growth mindset, failure is informational. It simply tells you what didn't work, so you can try a new path. Now pause and ask yourself, how do I respond when things don't go the way I planned? Do I see effort as something noble, or as something that proves I'm not naturally good at it? Do I avoid challenges, or embrace them as invitations to grow? The truth is, the world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards persistence. The people who rise, the ones who truly thrive, are not the ones who got it all right the first time. They're the ones who fell down, got back up, learned, adapted, and kept moving forward anyway. So the real question becomes, are you living by default or by design? Are you stuck in the belief that you've reached your limits, or are you willing to push them? Because the mindset you choose will determine the life you create. The power of belief. Here's something few people fully understand. Your beliefs shape your reality, not your background, not your circumstances, not even your past failures. It's what you believe about yourself, your potential, and your future that determines how far you'll go. If you believe you can grow, you'll give yourself permission to try. You'll keep going when things get hard. You'll see failure as part of the process. But if you believe you're limited, that you're either good or not good at something, you'll shut down. You'll stop trying. Even if deep down, you were capable of so much more. That's how powerful belief is. It doesn't just influence your thoughts. It guides your effort. It shapes your behavior. And over time, it builds the very reality you live in. Now pause and really ask yourself, what beliefs have I been holding on to that no longer serve me? Do I truly believe in my ability to grow? Or have I allowed fear and doubt to decide for me? When I fail, do I see it as proof I'm not good enough? Or as a sign I'm learning something new? Because here's the truth. Your brain listens to everything you say, especially the words you whisper to yourself when no one else is listening. If you keep repeating, I'm not smart enough, I'm not ready, or I never get it right, then your actions will begin to align with that story. You'll hesitate. You'll play small. You'll stay safe instead of stepping into growth. But if you start speaking belief, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you don't fully believe it yet, something starts to shift. You begin building a new mental foundation, one that's not rooted in fear, but in possibility. And no, this isn't some kind of wishful thinking. It's not magic. It's momentum. And it begins the moment you challenge the lies you've told yourself and replace them with truth. So ask again, what would change in your life if you chose to believe in your own potential? That answer might be the key to unlocking the future you've always wanted. Strategies for cultivating a growth mindset. How do you shift from a fixed mindset to a growth one? Start with this. Challenges aren't barriers. They're invitations. Growth happens in discomfort. Take on one task this week that scares you slightly. Why? Because leaning in builds strength. Focus less on outcomes and more on effort. You don't control results, but you control how hard you try. That shift builds confidence. Stop tying your value to wins and losses. Start measuring how consistently you show up. Failure? It's not final, it's feedback. Every mistake carries a lesson. Your role is to find it. Ask, what did I learn? What will I do differently next time? And feedback, don't fear it, crave it. Growth happens when ego steps aside and learning takes over. Ask for it. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Watch your self-talk. Replace "I can't" with "not yet." Catch fixed thoughts and reframe them. Small shifts lead to massive mindset changes. Ask yourself, what's one challenge I've been avoiding? Where can I lean into discomfort this week? Growth isn't just a mindset, it's a muscle. Train it. Harnessing the power of growth. A growth mindset makes you unstoppable, not because you're perfect, but because you're persistent. You stop fearing failure and stop chasing approval. You start loving the process more than the prize. You begin to see progress as the true reward. You no longer hold back at the starting line because you realize being bad at something is the price of getting better. Every master was once a beginner. What sets successful people apart? They didn't stop. They didn't let fear freeze them. They kept going. Want to level up your life, your mindset, or your relationships? It starts with one belief: I can grow. Then it becomes a practice, proving it through daily actions, especially when no one's clapping for you. Growth isn't about how fast you move. It's about the direction you choose. Each step counts. The quiet efforts, the tiny wins, they compound over time into something powerful. Start journaling weekly. What challenged you? What did you learn? Where did you improve? This builds clarity and confidence. Even when progress feels slow, this reflection shows that you're moving forward. Ask yourself, where in my life is growth calling me? What small but bold step can I take today? Consistency transforms you. Progress isn't always loud, but it's always building something. Keep going. Unleashing your potential. A growth mindset isn't just motivational talk. It's the engine of real transformation. It turns "I'm not ready" into "I'm willing to try." You stop waiting for ideal conditions or perfect timing. You stop needing validation. You start moving. You act, you stumble, you adjust. And that cycle is where true strength is built. You don't just learn new things. You become a new version of yourself. When you embrace growth, fear loses its grip. You stop shrinking to stay safe and start stretching toward what's possible. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" and begin to ask, "What could I become if I just keep going?" This mindset isn't about fake confidence. It's about building real belief through action. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be brave enough to begin. Your future isn't something you find. It's something you build, moment by moment, decision by decision. If you've been playing small or holding back out of fear, now is the time to flip the script. Ask yourself, where have I been underestimating myself? What's one action I can take this week that aligns with my highest self? You are not done. You are in motion. You are in control. Growth isn't optional. It's your responsibility, and it's your right. Take the next step. You've just taken the first step toward unstoppable success by learning how to shift your mindset. But knowledge alone won't change your life. Action will. So now, it's your turn. Start small. Start now. Embrace challenges. Welcome feedback. Focus on progress. And most importantly, believe in your power to grow. Your journey to greatness doesn't begin when everything's perfect. It begins when you decide to grow through everything, no matter what.